So we can just delete, create a calculated field. Calculation 1 is double equals to, sorry. So in this case, what we can do is we can just apply if loops, because it gives you the functionality how to use this loops, if or else if, etc, etc. We learn how to use all these points in future classes or future sessions. Now let's go forward with this. Now Europe is not detected, so what we can do is we can just move to here, and instead of Europe we can write India, and instead of, just drag it to some extent and just Control S and done. Okay, and we go back to this. For now, this we are doing just for this initial purpose. And yes, we got this CSV1 with okay, we'll be deleting this, remove edit connection. Okay, country 1 and country 1. Okay, so we can just come back over here. We can just have a new data source, new, right, and we click on this new. It wants me to connect to the data. We can go with this XLS. No, not with the XLS. We need to go with text ones. This, right? Okay, starting journey, ending journey, India, country. Yes, we can just check out with the countries: India, China, and Sri Lanka. When we go back to here, what we do is we select latitude, we select longitude, and we go with the maps. Okay, and one measure. The measure will be charges, which comes over here. Columns, 0 to 2 measures, charges, and the countries. Right. So let's just select this directly. Perfectly all right. Now we can see charges. Some of charges get into the color. Countries get into the detail. That's why details is used. Now we can see the color combinations over here. India has very less amount of people or charges, as this country has a good amount, and this is. Now it's very difficult to hover every time and understand the points, right? So what we can do is we can just put up these charges and give it labels. Isn't it cool? We have map of the world, we have values collected, etc. So let's just remove these charges from the color, and let's put up number of records in the color. Yes, see, number of records in the color, charges are being displayed, right? Now instead of charges, I want to display number of records. I can label it out. Okay, so there are 6,669 people from China. This thing numbers comes from Sri Lanka, and this is India, right? So this is how we work with the geographical plottings. Okay, now let's go forward and understand how the thing works. Now, one of the important thing is we need to understand this is the sheet number 1. We can go over here, we can just type out rename, and this is map for us, right? So the thing is, when we save this thing, this works as a map. So let's just save this part. When we save, we can again change the book name to maps, and we can save it. Okay, let's now understand one more thing over here is we can have duplicate sheet. If we want to do some of the other work, we can have this duplicate sheet. If we need a duplicate cross tab, then map to with the values, right? So these are following functions. Now coloring, so if you need any coloring, red color to this, color green color to this, right? So this is how we work with the worksheet. Now if we go over here, there's a save button. Again, we can just save out. So we have discussed all these points. Now there is a button which is showcasing you share on what? Tableau public. Now let's just go back to this. Now we can see the first one which we created is stored over here. We can pin this things to the workbook, or pin out from by cancelling this thing. Okay. Now when we go to open Tableau public, this is what we get. Okay. Now let's move forward and understand different contexts and try to take up something from this. Let's open the new workbook. Right. Now let's understand, we got the points right, how these calculated fields are done. Right. Now let's just create some date series stuff. So the rows will have dates, which are these twos, and charges in the column. Okay, this is the sum of charges, and the rows are this. These are quarterlies. Then this is monthly. This is at day level. We can see this drill down, right? It's cool. Now, from September, October, November, December, then Jan to August. So it's a year data almost, right? Which have first, third, and fourth quadrant or quarter of 2017 and 18. Now let's just click this down. We have direct quarters, and what we can see is this comes with the scenarios. Now we just develop the same thing into bar. Let's take this bar, these types of bars, and this was for the quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4 with respect to dates. So now we see, right, how these date things work. If we go with monthly data, this is how monthly data works, right? We can again check out all the show missing values or yearly basis, and then from year to quarter, so this things gets divided, right? Then it's monthly, quarter 3, quarter 4, and then this again. As I said, the colors of the labels are being shown, right? Quarter 1, quarter 2, again months can be labeled out, right? Let's take month over here, quarterly, and then sum of charges is labeled out. Okay, now year can be taken up down, month can be taken up down, sums can be taken up here. This is one of the way to represent the graphs. Groupings can be done. As I said, different colors can be set up to any of these things. If you select it, you can select line chart. Now you can see there are a lot of options got open, which says that you need to select it from. You can select these graphs to understand your data, right? See, isn't it? It's good, right? Filter. If you want to put a filter, months of dates, right? Now you can fix up the values. We have seen in the previous session that how to say fix up values for this. Now, and how to fix up values for this months, day, and you can get the day wise as well. Now if you want to edit the name of this sheet name, go to the day level data, and okay, now this got changed, right? So this is your graph which showcases you each and everything. Now this is week basis. You can again drill down, it will come to day level, right? Let's move this and let's go back and understand how this thing works now. And this comes to day level rows. Okay, now what are this? These are Gantt chart, right? So what Gantt chart, let's try to explain you is, you can take up any of these values and work. Now it gives you the synchronization of each steps. We'll explore this while we do other analysis. Now for this instance, we just need to see the graph, and that's it for now. we'll see in next how other calculations are done, how loops are used, how if-else can be applied. Okay, and most importantly, when we start, we'll start with the project data mining. So we'll be taking up a different case study in which we'll be doing and finding out solutions to the problems. So let's work in that way and let's understand how this data mining is done. We again be doing some of the other exploration of techniques and ways and patterns in this particular Tableau public features. I mean, using the Tableau public features, and we'll be getting up the answers.